Now we invite Dr. Tony Nader for his showcase presentation.
Thank you for the opportunity that I was given this morning to present the paradigm, the scientific, spiritual, and logical thoughts about the development of consciousness. And this is really a very real, practical knowledge with practical results. And so we want to share with you the actual effects and our programs and where they have been applied worldwide. We are in 140 countries. We've been here 70 years. The knowledge comes from very ancient tradition, and its impact is very profound. We will present a couple of examples and an overview of the effects and their different circumstances around the world. Particularly challenging situations where it shows that there is true transformation in the lives of people. What is the process itself? One might ask, what is Transcendental Meditation, which is a technique that we use? It's a very simple, easy technique that one practices sitting comfortably, eyes closed, and for about 20 minutes morning and evening. And basically, it uses the nature of the mind, the nature of life, the nature of human abilities or desires, which is to search for happiness, for charm, for well-being. But we usually always search for that in the outside. And as we have heard and we know, and even His Eminence Cardinal Tagle mentioned, the search of happiness that we are all having is actually most fulfilled within ourselves. So the technique uses that tendency to search for more happiness, more charm, but turns the attention inward and allows the mind to settle down in a very systematic way. There is a technique which allows the mind to settle down, and the body then settles down easily by itself without trying, without forcing. People from all traditions, from all belief systems, from all levels of education, all ages, practice it in a very innocent, very simple way. It doesn't require any change in one's habits or behavior. And yet, when one goes deep within, there is a light that comes. There is a sense of fullness, a sense of wholeness. There is such a deep state of rest and peace and harmony that the tiredness and the fatigue that has been there very profoundly in the physiology start dissolving. And we have done research on that extensively and published it throughout the world. We will not go through the research necessarily now, except for a few examples that are striking. So let's begin with those who care for us, our health workers, because they live in very, very difficult and complicated situations. Chronic toxic stress is actually overwhelming our frontline workers, doctors, nurses, first responders, and veterans. These individuals carry society's health and safety, and their own well-being is often at risk. In the US, nearly 72% of healthcare workers experience psychological stress and great distress. The suicide rate among male physicians is 40% higher than the general population, and 140% higher for female physicians. Among veterans, 1 million suffer from PTSD, with 21 veteran suicides daily. We have organized a program which we call Heal the Healers. It's through our organization in association with what we call the David Lynch Foundation. And the initiative brings transcendental meditation to these professionals. Over 5 years, it has reached more than 100 hospitals in the US, with 8 published studies confirming its effectiveness. We see, for example, at Duke University, there is a trial that showed transcendental meditation significantly reduced burnout even within just a short 1 month of practice. At Harvard's Brigham and Women's Hospital, clinicians saw declines in depression and anxiety during the time of COVID. In Florida, clinical nurses improved in well-being, anxiety, and PTSD symptoms. A Department of Health and Department of Defense study at the San Diego Veteran Administration found transcendental meditation was as or more effective than trauma exposure therapy for PTSD, which is the commonly used program. These findings show transcendental meditation is a scalable, science-based way to restore resilience in those who serve. Now let's travel from hospitals of the US to a remarkable girls' school in Thailand, where healing and empowerment comes through education and inner development. It's called the Dharmajarini Vitaya School. Over 1 million children in Thailand are out of school. Girls face unique risks. They cannot access temple-based education, making them more vulnerable to labor, trafficking, and child marriage. In 1990, a group of Buddhist nuns founded the Dharmajarini Vitaya School, Thailand's only free all-girls residential school for underserved youth. Today it serves over 1,000 girls, many from poverty, orphanhood, or remote tribal communities. At Dharmajarini Vitaya School, transcendental meditation is a core part of the curriculum. It builds resilience, focus, and confidence, and combined with academic rigor, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, arts, and vocational training, the results are absolutely extraordinary. 90% of graduates go on to university, compared to just 5% nationally for the low-income girls. Students have won awards in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, the arts, and Buddhist chanting. Over 20 alumni now teach at the school. Dharmajarini Vitaya School receives support from family foundations, companies like Microsoft and L'Oreal, and limited government aid. Sustained funding is vital to maintain this inclusive, consciousness-based model. This school proves that when we nourish both intellect and inner being, girls can rise from trauma to become leaders for a more equitable and compassionate world. Heal the Healers in the US and the Dharmajarini Vitaya School in Thailand are just the beginning, just examples. Around the world, in Africa, South America, Asia, and beyond, similar initiatives are applying consciousness-based approaches that we have supplied to restore peace and well-being in communities affected by trauma and poverty. It is now my pleasure to share with you some key highlights from Transcendental Meditation social impact projects around the world in this short video, beginning with Heal the Healers and the Dharmajarini Vitaya School. Thank you.
There's no words to express the level of anxiety you feel in the actual workplace.
The question is, how do you deal with the stress?
TM is one of the best tools that I have found that is helping us manage this overwhelming stress.
I crave TM to the point where after a long, hard day, it becomes this respite.
I just feel so much lighter. It really has changed my life so dramatically and profoundly.
This is life-changing. This is a game changer.
I am able to maintain inner joy that I don't know where it comes from. I love TM.
This TM program has changed my life.
You can change your life. You can become something great.
I now knew who I was and what I wanted.
Cuando aprendí la técnica de la meditación me impresionó mucho. Yo lo definiría en una palabra: felicidad. La meditación no suple la Eucaristía, no la suple. La meditación es un espacio de crecimiento personal que me prepara para vivir con más posibilidades ese momento de la liturgia. Yo pienso que todos estamos comprometidos en la transformación del mundo que nos ha tocado vivir. Yo pienso que la solución está dentro de cada uno. Dentro de cada uno de nosotros hay un santuario. Y entonces las soluciones vienen de la respuesta de cada uno. Sumadas son muchas soluciones. Globalizar el amor.
Thank you.